a happy song.
It's a happy song. Good morning, Facebook. Welcome to another edition of Morning Tea with the Queens. We are on episode 10.
Oh, already.
Wow. This is already our 10th episode. End of our second week. This has been phenomenal. It's been a phenomenal ride. And I really got to say, I want to take a brief moment to thank all of our fans out there, because yesterday's video, it got over 3,800 views and more than 15,000 people saw it.
Yes.
With over 100 shares.
Exactly.
Ooh. Now, I'm in share prison. I'm in share prison, so if you're watching the show this morning, please share it to your page and other places, because Facebook has looked at me and said, we're done with you, Sharon. You can't share. You're not allowed to share. It's social media.
For however long.
We are supposed to be able to share. Like, I type on here, share to group, and it doesn't even show any groups. It just looks at me stupid.
So if you guys have ever been in Facebook jail out there in TV world, let us know what you think about that, how you feel.
Exactly.
And I'm going to start out with, I guess, a grumpy, opinionated type of statement. But I feel as if, a lot of things that are derogatory, it may be over the edge type of viewing on Facebook sometimes.
Exactly.
They show all of that and they allow all of that, but then
people's private parts and everything.
Yeah, private parts.
They show all that stuff.
Arses. What you call it?
Arses.
And I've seen a lot of twerking. I've seen a lot of different things. But when you are doing something positive and you're like posting things and you're supporting others, sharing their stuff, or allowing them to go on your timeline, it's like they lock you up in jail. And
it's just so wrong.
It's just totally ridiculous.
It's insane.
So
insane.
I'm not sure how to, respond to that.
How to even respond to that. Exactly. And I felt the same way about it. I'm like, okay, is this... what's going on? Is this getting to be a part of our of what our subject is today?
Oh, wow.
Yeah, that's right.
Just Facebook deciding what can and cannot be shared. Or, you share too much. We just don't like you anymore.
Mm-hmm.
You're clogging up our system with your shares. And you know what? The funny thing is, it's social media. That's what we're supposed to do, is share our content all over the place.
And, keep people informed. That's what we do. We keep you informed.
Gee, looky, it finally posted. It's allowing me to finally pull it up. Maybe somebody at Facebook is watching this morning and they're like, oh, we better let this girl go ahead and share, because if we don't, then, she's going to really get mad. And, we're in a show whereby, they have a lot of viewers, so maybe we should let this happen.
So I wanted to say this too, that in the mornings when we come in the top of the segment, we always cue our phones up and we always share the show out. So you may see us looking down just for a few minutes, and then we're going to definitely, look up and engage with you guys.
Yes.
Forgive us for that, but we want to make sure that we get... Huh?
We need those glasses that they have. They have the little screen right there, the computer screen.
Oh, that's like Google Glass. Google Glass, I don't even think Google Glass exists anymore.
What?
I think they did away with Google Glass.
Oh, that sucks.
A while back.
But we want to make sure that we, get the word out about the shows and have you guys tune in. So we always, try to reach out as far as we can. And we're just working on a lot of different things. Thank you so much for your support out there.
You guys
You've been
great,
amazing.
fabulous. We
Yes,
love you.
3,800 views yesterday. That is phenomenal. I'm ecstatic for that.
Oh yeah.
But yeah, talking about the sharing thing in social media, that's bringing us into the big hot subject that's out there in the internet world right now, which is net neutrality. That is an interesting subject, because net neutrality, the FCC has just overruled or overturned rules that they had before, and those rules were simply put, you can't limit what a person sees on the internet. You cannot limit their little bit of traffic, so on and so forth. And now that the rules have been overturned, it still has to go before the Congress. So let's keep that straight. It's not official. It has to go before Congress. But now that the rules have overturned, basically what it could mean, keep in mind, this is not what it will mean, it's what it could mean. Things like you want to search something on Google, it could cost you $1.99 per search. AT&T or Cox or anybody else could say, we don't agree with Black Lives Matter, so we're going to block all of their content, all of their websites. If it has to do with that, we're going to block it. Another company could say, well, we don't like gay and transgendered rights or marriage, so we're going to block all websites dealing with that. And it gives them more control. And that would also, you could easily say, well, another company says, well, we don't like R&B or hip hop or otherwise, and that deals with some of the artists we bring on the show, so we're going to block those sites. It could also very well mean that companies, mom and pop diners and stores will have their little websites, which right now you access quite well and quite easily. So you could easily end up clicking on that website and it takes 30 hours to load. Why? Because the bigger companies like Walmart, JCPenney, Sears, and so on and so forth, they are paying the bigger price and have all the internet bandwidth that they want.
Okay.
And so these little websites, they get teeny-weeny amounts. Teeny-weeny amounts. And I'm seeing a lot of love coming across the screen there, and that's people out there who have already researched this subject, and they know what could possibly happen.
Right.
Yep.
So is it too late?
No.
It is not too late, because you guys can still go out there and, you know what, go to the websites, go to Congress's website, you know, and get your email address for your congressman, get it for your senators, and say, we do not want this to go through. We like our net neutrality. We want it. We want the internet to be free. We love our freedom of speech.
Exactly.
We need this to stay the way it is. We do not want these new rules. We do not want to be censored.
Exactly.
And technically, that's what they would be doing. I think that's why, and personally, I believe Congress is going to vote this down, because this does infringe on our basic right to freedom of speech.
Exactly.
We have that right, and that's what the internet is all about. What we're doing right here is our freedom of speech, to have this show running out to you guys live every day. Well, we are now, we're the voice, and we need you guys to share this episode as well a million times over. This episode has to go viral.
Times over.
Because I'm going to say it many times throughout here. It is usgov.gov. That's the U.S. government's website, and you can get the email address for every congressman, senator, and representative straight from that website. You can message them and tell them, no, we are not going to tolerate this. We are not going to stand for this.
Boy, I'm going to be sending a lot of emails in.
Oh, man. And
I'm not just sending to my state. I'm sending to everybody's state.
Not only that, have you ever dealt with, say you're at home and your cable goes out, and it's like a glitch in the neighborhood or whatever. It's so annoying just for that little bit. So I can't imagine trying to do something and it taking 30 hours for it to post or for it to go out, or you know, emails costing. Emails, a simple email. We send emails all day, every day, and we receive them now to our phones. I can't imagine having to pay $1.99 every time I receive or send out an email.
Exactly. And somebody else had posted a little thing. It went viral on Twitter where you kind of like, you know, how we have bundles with our cable company, like bundle your internet, your TV, and your phone together. What about a bundle on the internet? Well, let's see, you pay us $100 a month and we'll give you Facebook and YouTube and Twitter, but we're not going to give you Instagram, and we're not going to give you Google Chrome, and we're not going to give you something else. That's extra. Now you got to pay an extra $5 for each one of those.
Heck no, I ain't doing that.
And that is one of the possibilities with the net neutrality and this decision being overturned. The other thing that I'm seeing out there is, and I will state this very clear, is Trump the ending to this domino effect? Yes. He is the one that's appointed him in the position, this Pi, however you say his name.
I don't know. I can't even pronounce it.
He's appointed him in the position where this can even happen, but he is not the cause of what's happening. This actually started with this Pi, whatever his name is, guy back in 2012 when Obama appointed him to the FCC. Now, even though his views and Obama's views were completely 100% different, let me say that again. They were completely opposite on the views. Obama put him in because he was following old guidelines. Now, this is a man that's supposed to be bringing us big-time change, so I had a problem with this when he did it. I'm like, whoa, you're all about change, but you're following some old rules, old guidelines, and playing by the book, putting this guy in office. Now that he was put in, the domino effect has happened, and it's led up to Trump having pretty much no other way of doing anything besides playing by the rules and playing ball and putting him in the position of power that he's in now. If you got questions or comments, you can call in live on the show, 702-776-7097, 702-776-9097, excuse me. I got confused and spaced out for a second there. So call us with your questions or comments on this subject.
Give me that number again so I can
702-776 9097.
Okay, I'm putting it in the comment box for our viewers.
Isaiah Kane, is George Elias going to be on today? No, he is on the show next Wednesday.
Next Wednesday.
Wednesday of next week, we have George Elias in the studio, who's a filmmaker and professional photographer. Next Thursday, this is huge. We are going Animal Kingdom, ladies and gentlemen.
Woo, so tune in.
We will have reptiles in the studio live next Thursday. And in fact, this is going to be pretty huge because we're going to be dealing with things that slither and crawl. That's
You might see me squirm a little bit. Interesting, right?
I'm so excited. Can you tell I'm excited? I'm excited.
She's very excited.
I'm very excited.
On Tuesday, Isaiah, on Tuesday we will have Nikki Segal in the studio. She is a professional makeup artist, hair and makeup, actress, model, absolutely wonderful, wonderful woman. If you don't know her, you're going to want to know her because she is just a beautiful person to be around in general.
Nikki Segal did my makeup actually for a reality show, and I was just telling Queen T on the way here that she airbrushed my face with this makeup, and it was like so blended, and it was the perfect color. And then go ahead.
I'm jealous. I want to be airbrushed.
Right, I didn't know. I didn't know.
Actually, they actually have it now. Your own kits that you can. You can purchase your own airbrush. You've heard? Yeah, I just saw the advertisement walking out of the bathroom one day and going to cook some food, and I look at the TV and I'm like, what is she doing? Is she airbrushing her face? Are you kidding me? I was like tripping out. I was like, whoa, okay. So
the airbrush makeup.
The only thing is when she got next to my nose, I felt like I was drowning. I'm not a swimmer, so if anything, I'm just kind of like, I know that's silly, but every time she got like right here, I was like, funny.
That is absolutely funny. I got to admit,
that was funny.
I can see that though. I mean, I personally have had to airbrush people on set, for special effects work and to blend in the prosthetics that I've put on their faces.
Right.
But I've never had it done to me. I've had prosthetics put on, but never had the airbrushing on my face.
It's amazing.
It's an interesting thing because I know when I put it on other people and would airbrush them, some of them get ticklish.
Right.
And the giggles start and they can't hardly sit still. And oh my God, this tickles.
Well, it feels really refreshing. Not to be rubbing your skin. It's just like, oh my God. You feel like you're vitalized.
Okay, so we all three need a kit like that, okay?
Yeah, we need a kit. You want to come airbrush us? We're perfect models. We really are. We hold still and we're not ticklish.
That's for sure.
Good morning, Mary Washard. Yes, you can see that Teresa's back in the studio. I told her if she didn't get in here, you were going to kill me, so she made sure she was here.
Yes, I did. I even moved a couple of my morning clients and that, so yeah, we're good.
We love the fact that you guys tune in and watch, and you could tell if one is missing. Like, that's amazing. That means that you're watching.
That means you're watching.
We love that. We appreciate you.
Hey, Maya.
She sent out the message, "Where is Teresa?"
I know, right? I saw that.
I try not to let my voice go that deep anymore, but oh my God, when I saw the message on the phone.
I showed that message to my boss.
Ooh, So I'm telling you.
One of my bosses. I think it was one of my bosses. I don't know. I can't remember who I showed it to at work. I'm like, look. They're like, ooh.
So I technically really should back out of this and pull it up. Justin or Doc, if you guys are watching, or Teresa, if you're watching, you guys need to call into the show and give me the information on the comedy show that's happening tonight.
Oh, yes.
And again, this is a part of why we want net neutrality to stay where it is, because I'm able to tell you guys about this, and you wouldn't know about it otherwise.
Exactly.
There's a big comedy show that is happening in town tonight. It is with the Misfit. Misfit comedians, the Misfit missionaries. They're all a bunch of comedians, and they're the ones who run around the tunnels helping the homeless here in Las Vegas, and they're going to be doing a big benefit concert. They are taking donations at the door. It's free otherwise, so you can donate clothes and blankets and money or whatever you care to donate to help the homeless out.
Exactly.
But this is going to happen from 8 to 10 tonight. And I promise before the show I will just, exit out of viewing the show here and listening to you guys, looking at your comments and such. And tell you where the show is going to be. I promise I will tell you about that. Vicky Maynard Chisholm, hey, where are you guys filming at? We are filming on the southeast side of town over by Eastern and Silverado Ranch Boulevard. If you want to be a member of the live studio audience or even be on the show, just shoot us a message and we'll tell you how to get here for sure.
Exactly.
Thank you guys.
Thank
That's
you.
so awesome.
Come on down to the audience. We love audience members.
And remember, if you want to call in, we love call-ins. Now that I got this whole thing set up, you guys need to call in. So 702-776-9097 is the call-in line.
Just popped into
Call
my
in
head.
and talk to us live.
Right. I want to segue into
Call
something.
me baby. Call me maybe.
I want to segue into something that happened to us yesterday while live. And I'm going to address it, not because it matters or not, but I don't even think I want to repeat the word that we were called. But it was very derogatory. And then the person went back later and said that they were just joking.
Yeah, he said he was joking, that he was bored at work, and to him it was funny. Now, the yesterday's show was about bullying, as you know, but he said it was funny, and he was severely bored. He meant no harm. He did want us queens to know that. He meant no harm by it. He was just one of those trying to agitate and technically trying to get the conversation rolling into whatever he could get it in. We like haters. I'm going to be honest with you. I like haters, and I'm going to tell you a story as to why I like haters here in just a second. And I'm going to try to sum it up as short as I can. But the reason why I like the haters is it goes back to net neutrality once again, what we're talking about this morning, freedom of speech.
Right, exactly.
I will not ever delete a hater's comment off that page. You can hate all you want. Thank you for watching, haters, to begin with. I'm loving you for it because you're bringing my numbers up high. We like our big numbers.
That was the interesting thing, is that while typing these negative, derogatory words, he was on there on the show watching.
He was watching. We had derogatory from some other people as well, and same thing. I went online and I responded back, "Thank you for watching."
I know. I saw. I was like,
but the reason why I like the haters is quite a few years ago, and I don't remember the exact number of years ago. There was a guy whose adopted dog died. So he decides, he gets over his 3-day mourning, and he's an artist. Keep this in mind, he's an artist. So he goes down to the kennel, and he adopts, or to the shelter, and he adopts another dog. And as he's doing this, he looks around and sees all these other dogs that are pretty much having their last meal, their last supper. Okay? He can't adopt them all, so he starts taking pictures, and he takes the new dog home. And he sets up a canvas, a very long canvas, and his dog that passed away, he puts him in the middle, and then he puts all these other dogs off to each side. So in the end, what he had was a version of the Last Supper with the dogs.
Oh, wow.
Hand painted on a very large canvas.
Wow.
Now, check this out. He puts it in one of the most prestigious art galleries in the world, Christie's, up in New York City.
Oh, wow.
So it goes in there, and somebody comes walking by, and they see it, and they don't like it. It offends them. So they start putting the word out to the Christian Coalition, and this and that and the other, and the next thing you know, Christie's is getting boycotted. Now, if I remember right, the painting was sitting in there for a price tag of $25,000. That was it. Not a bad price tag. It might have even been lower than that, but I know it was a low number. And so, because of the boycott and everything, Christie's like, we're afraid for our store. So the guy takes the painting out of there. The next thing you know, he's taken it off to a printer who has now made reprints, 100 of them if I remember right. It might have been 150. But at any rate, each reprint sold for $75,000 each.
Ooh.
And the original painting is worth millions.
Oh, I have to see that
what
painting.
what was even better yet is at the end of it all, the guy got up on the news and absolutely thanked the Christian Coalition for making him a multi-millionaire. This is why I like haters.
Thank you. This is awesome.
Okay, so before I forget, and so I can get back to the other page, it is the comedy show fundraiser by the Misfit Missionaries tonight, 8 p.m. to 10 p.m. at the Thunderbird Hotel and Lounge. That is, the actual address is 1215 Las Vegas Boulevard South in Las Vegas. And that is the Thunderbird Hotel and Lounge. You guys feel free to go there. Enjoy the comedy show. I promise you it is off the hook. It always is. And just bring blankets or other things to the door and donate. Donate towards the homeless and then enjoy a free show. You guys can't beat it.
Laughter is good for the soul. Good for the body. Good for the mind.
Absolutely.
So go laugh. Go laugh. Laughing is very, very good for you.
And Vicky, George Elias is here next Wednesday. I keep seeing everybody want to see George, and that's great.
Everybody
we
wants
love
to see
George. I love
George.
George personally.
Popular.
George is one of my favorite
I hope you're
filmmakers out there. He does a great, phenomenal job on the little short films that he does, and that's hard to do. That really is hard to do for what he does, and it's just like, oh, dude, you're awesome. But we want George on, and he'll be on next Wednesday, guys. He'll be on next Wednesday, I promise.
And it was weird for me because I really don't do a lot of that internet and TV and everything. So when I heard his name of seeing keep coming up, I did get a chance to see one of his little short films. Mm-hmm. And he's like in this dark place. He's looking around and everything, and he looks up, and there's like this rectangle. I'm like, is that a coffin hole? What the heck is that? I'm going, and then you see him outside, and he's looking down, and he puts the lid on top. I'm going, wow.
George,
so I'm like, I gotta see more.
Yeah, he's a powerful filmmaker.
It was
he is
intense.
Known for these itty bitty little short, couple of minute long. I've even seen him down to a minute and some change, and he's able to tell a beginning, a middle, and an end to a story. And to me,
that's awesome.
That is the ultimate filmmaker right there. If you can do a story like that in that short amount of time,
heck yeah,
that's awesome. Mm-hmm. That's a beautiful thing. Yeah, you guys call in. You guys are being really, really quiet this morning compared to yesterday. But come on,
what's going on out there?
Pick up the phone. We don't know about? 702-776-9097. Call us and let us know what you think about this whole net neutrality thing. I mean, again, it's our freedom of speech. It's if Congress went ahead and went along with the FCC, wow, this show's going to go to hell in a handbasket.
Oh, yeah.
And all the people like George Elias and other people we're trying to promote, well, you guys aren't going to have a platform anymore. It's going to make it almost impossible to have the platform that we have. Good morning, Maya. And it's ridiculous. They don't censor our phone calls, for Christ's sake.
No, but they like to record them.
They do like to record them, yeah. Well, that's another thing, too. If they start all this stuff, well, they might as well just get rid of the NSA.
They're already doing it.
Yeah, but they might as well get rid of the NSA.
Well, this is true.
Because now there's not going to be any more internet traffic. Who in the world is going to go out there and play internet with those kind of prices, potentially?
Now, who wants to pay $150 for a bundle package?
See, this is why.
We get that with cable, and that's why so many have minimize their systems down to Netflix, Hulu, something cheaper. But can you imagine
though? I see I see a little bit of an upside to this. Mm-hmm. Okay, I'm not trying by no means, because the internet is a way for me to keep in contact with my family and da. The one upside I see to this is people are starting to get outside, go to a library, go to the movie, go to the park with the family.
Facts.
Oh, we got a call coming in.
Awesome.
Oh, yes.
Thank you for calling Morning Tea with the Queens. How are you today? Who are we talking to?
This is Hi, Dematius. How are you guys doing?
We're doing great. How are you this morning?
I am doing good. And the crazy thing is a couple of minutes ago, I saw the phone number come up for the show. And before, it was where I could send you a message. And something said to me, take a screenshot of that because I might need that for next Tuesday when I'm on the show. So I could call in and be like ahead of the game. Well, as soon as I went to send that message, it all went blank and I couldn't do it. And I thought, oh my God, is your show literally showing right now an exact example of what that would be like to have censorship? Because I literally couldn't do it. Like I had this. Thank God I took the picture.
Oh, wow.
I mean, I took the picture of it because I can't do it. It's blocked. I literally cannot make a message. I can't send you guys a message on my phone anymore. It literally shut down on my end. And I thought, oh, my God. Well, because if you guys know how I think, like I always think everything happens for a reason.
Mm-hmm.
You know, so why would that be happening right now? And I thought, It's like, you know, like this is what it would look like. Like this would affect me greatly. I mean, affect me greatly, because I mean, I'm using Facebook to get my message out.
Right.
And it's been available to me for how many? Well, number one, the internet. My God, isn't that like 20 years now that the internet has been available to us?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, 20 years now.
20 years.
Yeah, like 20 years now. Like I've been a massage therapist 20 years, and it like just was happening. Like that's when AOL had come, you know, like it was just coming on.
Mm-hmm.
So all of us who've become so dependent upon this, and you know, when we use this as our means of connecting and being all connected, I mean, and now they want to charge us for this.
Yep.
But I mean, look on the bright side. Maybe it'll make our telepathy go that much better. We'll develop our other sense. We'll develop our other senses. Go ahead. You think you're going to get me down? Mm-hmm. Watch me.
Right? Exactly.
Watch me, exactly.
Exactly. Well, thank you for calling in. Yeah, that's a good example.
No
I'm glad
problem.
you got the screenshot. Make sure you send that to us so we can post that onto the page because people need to see. Yeah, that's a beautiful example, and that is weird that was able to happen this morning while she's trying to call in to us. That's
exactly. That is kind of weird.
That is weird. 702-776-9097. Give us a call and tell us what you think about this whole net neutrality. And just like you were just hearing from her, she tried calling in this morning or tried messaging, and her whole screen went blank. Mm-hmm. So she's just gotten a pretty big dose of what it might feel like to have our net neutrality taken away, and boom, all of a sudden now you can't access certain content. Go for it.
I was gonna mention this one day. I'm on social media, just kind of going through the different pages and stuff and different videos, and this woman is in the car and she's ranting about, oh my God, why would you expect me to drop what I'm doing and answer you right now in Messenger? She said there was a time when back in the day you would have to wait until I got home.
Exactly.
You would have to leave a message. They had answering machines. She was like going off. And I was like, the way that technology has gotten to be, it's like we don't have an answering machine. People barely listen to their voicemails anymore.
Yeah,
and nobody really talks to anybody anymore, and that's kind of depressing.
It is.
I've been like trying not to, you know, be on my phone when I'm out in public and stuff now, and it's like, and it's actually been interesting because I've actually, you know, got to talk to people and meet people, and so you know, so I make it a point to, if I'm out, like if I'm on a bus or I'm having a dinner or something or whatever, I make a point not to have my phone going.
Yeah.
And that, just to pay attention to people around me. And, you know, it's awesome. Like, when I'm at work, I'll walk in the break room and all I see is this. Dead silence.
I mean, I can understand that.
And then so at work, I started bringing a book to read, and we have some books in the thing. And then I started striking up conversations with people, you know, and it's kind of, sometimes I'm like, oh, screw it. So I want to.
But there's a pro side to it too, where this year I released my first DVD to the public called Queen G Live Experience, and everything was done digital.
Yeah.
I took one trip to the post office to mail my mom, dad, and a cousin of mine a copy. Right. But after that, everybody was like, just email it.
Just email it.
Just email it.
So
And another thing that was awesome. Good that came out of it was Pokemon Go. All these people were getting out and going Pokemon Go, and I just started recently doing that. Oh my Lord, I'm pretty good at this Pokemon Go thing.
That was a wicked thing.
It was wicked. I mean, I could not.
Some people get hurt or something.
Because they weren't paying attention.
And other people,
it's after
it wasn't even that they weren't paying attention. Some of them actually literally were getting beat up and mugged and otherwise for those.
Because they're not paying attention to their surroundings. See, if you don't pay attention, you're going to get mugged. No, just kidding.
And I think that certain cities are trying to ticket people that are looking down at their cell phones and walking. Like
yes.
You know how you would do a sidewalk ticket or a jaywalking ticket?
This is a cell phone ticket.
They're trying to implement that and incorporate that into their...
Which is, I think it's kind of smart.
Yeah.
I think it's better. Because,
I think it's better.
Yeah, because I've been walking down the street and I'll be like paying attention to traffic, everything around me, and this person be walking up to me and I'm like, okay, which way am I going?
Yeah, which way am I going? Which way am I going?
You know?
Exactly, and I've had that happen.
Yeah.
And this poor dog, I saw this lady, she was walking the dog by our place, and she's on her phone, and this poor dog's trying to go, number 2, and she's like, kept walking with her phone, so he's
stepped in it.
And he's like literally dragging this little we're dropping down. I'm like, get off your phone. Your dog's trying to take a dump. You got to clean that up for 1, and for 2, look at you're making a trail.
Yeah.
So
you're making a trail. Yeah, exactly.
Things like that. Pay attention.
Pay attention.
So you guys listen. This is the important part. Period about that kind of stuff. Don't text and drive.
Mm-hmm.
Don't social media and drive. Mm-hmm. Those are very serious. Things. People have gotten killed because of looking down real quick and. Paying attention to their phones. That's why they have the speakerphone. Yes. I know in California, they are very serious about not having your phone in your hand even. Mm-hmm. You will get a fat ticket for looking down at your phone. But see, in states like the South, they still have that rule where you can text and drive. Yeah. And talk and drive.
Yes.
Like Texas, certain cities in Texas still allow you to
talk and drive,
and stuff.
And we don't
illegal.
allow it here, but people do it here. It's
right.
like the threat of a $250 fine here in Las Vegas absolutely does
nothing for
anybody. Mm-hmm. And I probably shouldn't have done that. I mean, technically, I laughed my arse off after I did it. But quite a few months ago, while I was still on externship for a medical assistant, I was crossing the street here to get to the bus stop. I ride the bus. I don't drive. So this is, I don't know. I think it was around 5:30 in the morning. This traffic light over here is goofy as the devil. It like literally will hold traffic on Silverado for long periods of time. And periodically it'll give turn arrow, but it won't give a straight arrow. And then it won't let you cross the street, but then sometimes it will. Anyway, my little walk person comes up, and I'm walking across the street, and I'm already onto the opposing traffic lanes. And this girl has come from the straight lane through the red light because it's still red to go straight, right? They're not allowed. No. Excuse me. The turn arrow is red.
Yeah.
The lane is straight. Now she was in the turn lane. Mm-hmm. Now what she does is she zips on over. She comes across to the road across, makes this U-turn, and flips in front of me, about 8 feet away, with her window down on her cell phone. See? And she was so oblivious that when I screamed at her, I literally screamed at the top of my lungs, "What the hell are you doing?" She did this and screamed looking out the window, and the car's kind of jerking around. But you can tell she had no idea. She was so into this phone and it was literally up beside her ear as she's talking. She was so into it, she had no idea there was even a pedestrian in the crosswalk at all. Mm-hmm. And when I screamed at her, then she noticed I was not only there, but I was like just barely 8 feet away from her car, just barely that amount.
That would have been a nice little lawsuit.
I laughed at it afterwards, but at the same time, I was hoping maybe that is your wake-up call to put your phone
put it down.
Right. So just be careful out there. Social media is definitely convenient. We know that you have your access to your email and your phone. You could. I made deals with my DVD through my phone. Yeah. Messenger, Facebook. It's been an awesome convenience, but at the same time, we just have to be careful with that because people are dying on the roads from looking down and messing with their phones. It's a very serious thing, and you don't want to have a typical day where you're just out and about and you think that it's going to be normal, and then all of a sudden, because you took one second to look down at your phone, you caused a whole big old mess and possibly took a life because of your choices of looking down. So,
what do you guys think about cell phones in people's hands while they're driving? If you got questions or comments on that, hey, call us 702-776-9097. Our guest is not able to make it this morning. We've gotten a text from him. He is tied up, just not able to make it. Yeah. So unfortunately, we're just going to fill the rest of the show with you guys. If you want to make questions or comments of anything and everything, go ahead and call us 702-776-9097. And you guys can feel free to give Christmas shout-outs to your friends and family live here on the show.
That would be great.
Why not? Otherwise, we're just going to keep rambling this morning.
Tell us also what your plans are for Christmas. Are you connecting with your family? I saw the best Christmas tree ever on social media. It's a friend of mine, and it's blue. It was so cute the way that she had it decorated, blue and silver.
Okay.
Ooh. Yeah.
No, that's Dallas Cowboy covers.
Those colors were amazing on a Christmas tree.
I'm not a
Now, was it decorated blue and silver?
Decorated.
Or was the tree blue?
The tree was silver, and she had blue ornaments on it.
Okay.
I just thought the color just looked so beautiful together. And people are getting really creative with their trees and stuff. So if you're in a festive mood and you're decorating and you're doing your thing, tell us a story about. Tell us your favorite Christmas story or your favorite family moment around the Christmas holiday season.
Absolutely.
There's been a lot of memories.
Yeah, I got one for you. Guys are gonna love this one. So, I, being a tom girl, tomboy, whatever they call it. I don't know what they call it nowadays, but growing up, I wanted a electric train. Not just any electric train, mind you, the Silver Streak.
Electric train, Silver Streak.
This train was awesome.
I remember that.
You remember
movie.
that? Yeah,
one of my favorite movies.
Yes. So I was like, okay, if I'm not getting this train, I ain't opening nothing for Christmas. So I'm like sitting there, and I come out the first Christmas morning, and I'm looking for the train. Now every year when I write Santa that letter, that gift is displayed. It's not wrapped, so I know what I'm looking for. So I'm like, okay, and I'm looking at the boxes and shaking things Christmas morning, and Dad's passing. I'm just shaking them and setting them down, and he's like, is there a problem? What's wrong? Did you get what you wanted? I said, I got a Barbie. I don't like Barbie. Where's my Silver Streak? Dad's like, honey, maybe Santa ran out of trains. Santa don't run out of trains, Daddy.
No, Santa don't run out of trains.
So he's like, aren't you going to open the rest of your gifts? I said, no. Got up and walked out. So he puts them in the storage shed. So these gifts sat there in that storage shed for another year.
Oh my God.
So this next year, I'm like, I'm being the good girl. I'm thinking Santa totally naughty listed me or something by giving me a Barbie doll because I don't do Barbie. And so, my sister was happy when I gave it to her. She was all excited. So, so then that year, I'm like, I come out, I'm looking at the tree. Okay, what do I want with girly stuff? Seriously, girly stuff. It was this doll of some sort with all these clothes and stuff, and I'm going,
you just want
shaking the presents. Dad's like, what's the matter? I didn't get my train. By this time, I'm in tears. I'm like, boy, Santa really hates me right now. He's just ignoring me. And I'm like, what did I do? And he's like, well, open the rest of your gifts. They might be, No, Dad, they're not a train. I know a train. I saw the box at the store, and I wrote it to Santa. So then, third Christmas comes along. There's my Silver Streak. My train was displayed on the tree and going around the tree. Dad, my stepfather, the reason, and then later on, as he got older, when he was getting old and in years, he goes, you and that train. I'm like, what? He goes, I didn't give it to you last Christmas because I was saving up because, of course, back in those days, something like that was really expensive in the 70s. And so, and his job, he had to support me, my mom, and plus he just came off truck driving too. So, but he's like, well, that train, That's why you didn't get it. It took me a long time to save it up.
Oh, wow.
And I was like, you know what, Dad? And it was worth the wait. That train, I still believe I have it. I'm going to have to check when I go to Washington to get my stuff. But if it's still there, it's going down to my grandsons.
Yeah.
Nice.
Exactly.
I have so many memories of Christmas and over the years and family getting together. I remember, I got to tell my Tyrese Christmas story. It's so hilarious.
A Tyrese Christmas story.
Tyrese Christmas story, people.
My brother decides to get the entire family together. Okay. And that's including nieces and nephews, mates of his siblings, everybody. He's like, bring them all. He's in a good mood. So that particular year, we get together and we get there or whatever. The gifts are so over huge, okay, that you can't even place them under the tree. So he had to have somebody bring them out.
Oh my goodness.
I was like, oh my God. And I'm talking bikes. I'm talking huge bikes. It's like, bro, how are we going to get this stuff home? Are you serious? Train sets. It was fun and crazy. Wow. And it's like, and he had this big vision in his head that he was going to bless his family. And that was cool. But it's like, bro, we don't live in a world like this where, the gifts are just so huge that you can't even take them out the door.
Hell no.
So hilarious,
yes.
hilarious.
Okay, yeah, that is hilarious.
Yes.
Tell us your funny Christmas story. 702-776-9097. Tell us your funny Christmas story.
What is that Christmas? Is it called the Christmas story? The one with the funky leg lamp and the bunny pajamas.
Shoot your eye out.
Yeah.
Shoot your eye out.
Did you see that they did a live show of that? They actually did. Did anybody get to see it? Because I didn't get to see it.
Oh, that's awesome.
I heard about it, but I never got to see it. I did hear about it.
Yeah, the guy that plays the dad is the guy that played
somebody
Ferris.
unpublished the page. That's why we have no viewers.
So
everybody stop sharing.
The
unpublished?
Yeah, I just literally had to republish the page.
No.
And somebody's either hitting buttons they shouldn't be hitting, or otherwise, because there for a few minutes.
It was blank.
Yes. So anyway, yeah, it's interesting all the way around. Yeah, I heard about it. I never got to see that particular live show.
I kind of suck because I love Ferris Bueller's Day Off, and he was the dad. So I was curious to see how he acted because they showed him with the gray hair, and I'm like, oh my gosh. So yeah, it was kind of trippy. It was
a little bit on the trippy side.
But I'm trying to think. There was one little boy. When they did the, what do they call that before the show? A pilot or whatever. Mm-hmm. He was like, they were doing an interview. He's like, let's just do it right now. And I'm like, okay, he's really excited about this. So
that's interesting. That's awesome.
It's a good. I don't know if they're gonna. I hope they put that out on a DVD.
That would be nice if they would. I would enjoy that they put it out on a DVD.
Put everything out on the DVD because, the old stories, don't get me wrong, the old Christmas stories are great. I watched the Scrooge one and I kind of scared myself a little bit. But I was amazed at the way the way they did things back then, differently than what they do now. So when you watch those older ones, guys, you're going to love it. If you grew up on the Scrooge with, what's his name, Bill Murray, okay, you need to go back to the black and white era and watch Scrooge back then, and then watch the Scrooge movies you see now.
Yes.
It's totally different.
It's totally different.
It's amazing, and a lot of people need to, watch the older stuff. I mean, I can't believe I actually saw somebody advertise for the old Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer with the little... What they call that stop claymation. Now, don't they do like a stop photography type
of thing?
Well, that's
the same thing. Claymation is just clay characters versus what they do now, but it's still stop motion animation.
Yeah, so and they still show those. And the funny, the cartoon versions. So it's actually nice to see, all those old shows. But
what I love is that there's a location in LA, I think it's off of Van Nuys or something like that. They have a whole line of homes that have the lights and the decorations in front of the home. Yeah, so people go out. They come out from miles and just drive. They get out of their car and they just walk from house to house and look at the decorations and take pictures and so people get really creative with that kind of stuff.
Yeah, and I kind of miss that back home. But then I found out about the Speedway that does a light thing, and the Opportunity Village, which I haven't been there, but one of my neighbors said, "Oh my goodness," she goes, "I was so tired." I'm like, "Oh, really?" She goes, "Yeah, it's pretty intense." And then another one of my neighbors, I told him about the cactus. Their child was like, "Oh my goodness," just going crazy over the lights, and they never heard of it. And all the time they've been here, they never heard of it. So it was like amazing for them to, So I like doing those little videos of different things. I'm thinking about putting together a Christmas light calendar.
And good morning to you, David. Gonna be awesome seeing you tonight at the Christmas party, and you're gonna be doing our photography from what I hear. So that is gonna be totally awesome. Looking forward to that with Miss Rebecca Okonski. That's going to be an awesome Christmas party tonight.
Should we do red and green or what?
Well, I'm already wearing green, so y'all
I mean, do we have to do Christmas colors for the Christmas party?
Well, no.
Should we or no?
No, but you could wear red and she could wear white or vice versa, and then we got all the Christmassy colors covered.
Me and white don't work. Being a tomboy, me and white don't work. Seriously. I could be outside in the snow and everything's white around me and I still get a stain. So yeah, no, me and white don't get along.
Yeah, so call in, and if you guys want to say anything on anything today, because our guest got trapped and could not make it here, 702-776-9097. Give us a call. Let's talk about anything and everything today.
I want this net thing to go crazy. I want you guys to really read. You sent the link to us.
Yeah, net neutrality.
Is it on our page?
It's not on the page yet. It's just it's a general breakdown of what net neutrality is all about and why we want to stay the way we are and not go to this new method of things with the internet, because that does. And again, I don't think Congress is going to allow it to happen because it does infringe on our right to freedom of speech.
Well, it doesn't just on ours. Congress is probably not going to allow it because they're going to be like, "Oh man, that means I can't talk to this person and this."
Well, they're multimillionaires. Who cares?
Oh,
they can afford it.
Oh yeah, we're paying for them, right?
That's the point. They can afford all that. So
I'm gonna tell them I'm gonna stop paying their salaries if they don't fix this.
We are back up, Kathy. Unfortunately, somehow the page got completely unpublished. And needless to say, this queen's a little bit on the ticked off side, especially with no estrogen in my body. Well, my estrogen levels are an all-time low, so I'm very pissed off. But anyway, yes, we got it the malfunction figured out, because actually on this end, we see ourselves as live, but we have no idea the page went down at all. In fact, if any time something like that happens out there to you viewers, if it goes black on your screen for any reason or the page ain't there, write our phone number down. I'm going to say it again, 702-776-9097, and call us, because you can still call in and just let us say, "Hey, whoa, the page is missing. You guys aren't there. It's off."
So that's what the caller was saying when she called in, right? To say that
I think that's
it went black on her end, and so probably since that phone call, it's been black and blank. And I had no idea about it until I had actually left the page to get. She screenshotted the phone number. Good job. To go to another page to get more information, and then when I came back into the morning tea with the queens, it comes up, "Your page ain't published." It is unpublished, and I am just about to hit the wall over that. I'm like, okay, that means somebody has access to that page, and it's either got to be one of these two or somebody else has got access. And they literally flipping around on your phone doing this number, somebody's unpublished the page. I'm not blaming these guys. My queens are absolutely perfect. Don't get me wrong.
Well, I'm doing the same thing I do every day was to invite. There was no other different step that was taken.
So whoever's playing around with my page, you better quit playing around with my page, because if I find you,
Yeah, so, she's on low estrogen. You don't want her to find you.
Do not want me to mess with me right now. Screenshot the phone number. Keep the phone number on hand. If anything is going on out there like that, please call in and let us know, because we have no idea. Like I say, on our iPad here, which we film on, it has been straight out just live. And David says it happened to him a few days ago.
See,
so
it might be a Facebook glitch.
It could be a Facebook glitch. It could be a Facebook, because I did go through and remove another person off of being an admin to the page last night, which I completely forgot about.
Yes.
So I know they're not there anymore. But yeah, it could be that it's a Facebook thing it normally is. But somehow, some way, at any rate, we don't know unless you guys tell us, because our iPad, as I look at it from here, I can't see the number of viewers with my vision, but I can see the little red live button is still up. It's still going. It's still perfect. We don't know. So that's why we kind of keep our phones closer,
especially
so we can
with
see.
Our subject today, like, see stuff like that. Whoa.
Yeah, and that could have been, maybe that was a warning from Facebook. Shut up. But I'm not going to shut
Freedom
up.
Freedom of speech.
But if you can imagine something like that happening, we're thinking we're broadcasting live and it's not live. Like, that's what I'm saying. They have the right to censor and to shut you down if they want to, or if you say something out of line or whatever, because we don't own it.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It really is a prime example of our subject and what we're addressing, what we're talking about.
Yeah, it is a very huge subject. And again, like I say, if that was a warning to stop, well, guess what? I'm not going to STOP. What I will actually do is, considering I have a humongous account with YouTube, I will broadcast on YouTube Live and just let all our fans know to find us over there. And FB, you can FO.
I love that.
Okay.
FBFO.
Yeah, exactly. And Kathy's like, we're turning into a communist nation. The funny thing, I've seen that on Facebook a few times this week from people over this whole FCC and net neutrality. Now, this is really, really funny. What is a communist nation founded on? They're founded on socialism. All you Bernie Sanders voters, bye-bye, get off my feed right now. Because you're the ones that are griping. Actually, and I've seen this in my Facebook feed. These were people that I know were pushing for Bernie Sanders and socialism, which is what he was all about. So, everybody kind of sharing the wealth, which is socialism. And they're the same ones who are boasting on Facebook, we're turning into a communist country. They're doing it right now. And I'm looking at the feed and I'm scratching my head going, you were a supporter of Bernie Sanders, but now you're afraid of communism. Which way you doing it, dude? Come on.
Wow.
Do you not know that socialism and communism go hand in hand?
This is why I don't like government stuff.
Oh my God. So
it's crazy.
I don't particularly like politics and government stuff either. And the only reason why we're on, I didn't vote Bernie. Thank you for not voting Bernie. I mean, absolutely. Thank you. Okay. So, the whole reason why I got on net neutrality today is because it is a subject that does affect our freedom of speech. It can affect the small artists, the small people like us trying to start our own TV show. It can affect us, the little people.
Small
eventually,
people
if
and
it
everything.
went through, it could affect you being able to see pictures of your grandchildren halfway across the world.
And I would have to hurt somebody.
You can't afford, like the airfare to go see them live. So
they even make all that expensive, Everything's so expensive.
Everything's
it's
so
ridiculous.
expensive, and it is getting
crazy,
ridiculous.
So
you guys remember usgov.gov. You can go to that website. You can get the number for the emails and phone numbers for your congressmen and your senators, and just go ahead and put it out there and let them know. Hey, we do not accept this whole thing. We want our net neutrality. We want things to stay the way they are.
Exactly.
Let's leave it alone. We like our freedom of speech on the internet. We like the internet free, where we're able to, I want to post a nudie pic today, or tomorrow I'm going to post myself wearing a banana on my head just because I can. I want to shoot video of riding a bicycle down the road blindfolded while wearing a Poindexter hat.
Okay, I'm doing that one.
Okay? I mean, seriously, it's our freedom of speech that we're talking about here.
Really?
So make sure again, usgov.gov, go there, get the number for your congressmen, your senators, your representatives, and say, you know what, leave things the way they are. And this moron in the FCC, tell him to shut up.
Yeah, get rid of him.
Tell him to shut up. We like our internet free. We like our net neutrality.
That way.
We want our net neutrality, and it needs to stay that way.
It needs to be free because, look at how many people use it. Especially schools are using it now. Come on. The internet for schools. They're teaching kids how to surf the web. They're teaching kids how to find things. Wikipedia is huge. Ask Google, ask Yahoo, all those. Those
Yes.
are huge, being huge right now.
Google Maps. We use
Google
that
Maps.
on the way here because
Yeah.
there was an accident on the freeway,
And so we had to
and
flip.
it rerouted us to get
to get here so we could be on
today,
time. So
Yeah.
you know,
very needed,
very
tools.
much needed.
Yeah,
Yeah, absolutely. And you wouldn't be able to have those maps if they do
Exactly.
that. Because all that would be censored, or they say, oh, every time you want to look at traffic app on your map, well, pay 99 cents.
I'm not paying 99 cents for an
And
app.
again, that's the way the internet was back in the very late 80s, early 90s, before most of my viewers, our viewers, whatever, young people, that's what I'm trying to say. Most of you young people didn't even know about it. I barely knew anything about it. I was something of a computer geek back then, but and that's the only reason why I knew about that thing called CompuServe and Prodigy.
Yep.
I didn't know. Most people didn't even know what that was. You had dial-up modems through your phone line, 9600 baud rate, and what was known as BBSs or bulletin board systems. And like it or not, if this net neutrality thing is taken away from us, those would make a comeback.
Those
Because
actually
now
would, because people would be like,
people would be, downloading modem programs onto their computer or buying them, or old modem plug-ins to run through the telephone line to a bulletin board service where you would post stuff for free all day long, and that would be your source of information outside of what you see on the TV. So let's keep net neutrality in place. Call, email your governors, your congressmen, etc. Do not let this go through, because now that the FCC has done what they've done, it is in the hands of Congress.
Yes.
So we want to make sure.
we got to make sure this stays going on.
Yeah, and Kathy says, and she didn't pay for it then. Exactly. It wasn't until '96 and AOL giving the monthly flat rate fee that the internet became the internet, and we had access to a world of information.
Well, there was AOL, and I remember Juno was another one that was popular. And
there was a bunch that came out at that time.
There was a whole bunch that came out at that time, but I think AOL was the big one.
AOL was
everybody
the
likes
big one.
that. You got mail.
You got mail, and they sent their little frisbees all over the country.
Exactly.
And
then they came out with the movie.
And again, because of net neutrality and freedom of speech, we got to actually see a video on YouTube of the guy who collected AOL CDs throughout his entire city and delivered them to AOL's doorstep. He actually brought them and put them back on the doorstep and said, "Here, you can have your mail back." We didn't want it to begin with. So net neutrality allowed the freedom of speech in us to even see and knew that that type of video even existed. Ladies, we are 3 minutes out. So what kind of closing are we doing today?
Too bad we couldn't do Bollywood.
Well,
we can't
I want
speak
to
the
say
language.
to our Facebook world, thank you guys for tuning in every single day, Monday through Friday, 9 a.m. to 10 a.m. Please post, share, like all of the videos that we put up. Very, very good subjects. We've had an amazing guest through here. And we just want to say that we appreciate your support, your viewership, and we appreciate you.
Yes,
Exactly.
definitely.
We appreciate you.
And considering we probably got a smack on the wrist today from FB, who can FO. I don't cuss on TV. Thank you very much. Make sure you share this particular video, because apparently we were dead air for quite a long time today. So share this video. It's a darn good example of net neutrality. It really, really is. In fact, honestly, when we actually hit the publish button as we end this video today, I'm waiting to see if it's all the video is there, or if there's a giant black section. I'm curious as to what that's going to look like, because the page was there, it just wasn't published.
It was
got
still recording, but
unpublished.
it wasn't published.
So it's going to be interesting to see. So share this video, because you're going to hear me say that on this video. Hey, whoa, something just went down. So until Monday, this is Friday.
Monday.
Oh my
It's
God,
Monday.
we have the big Christmas party. I don't know why I'm blanking that. You guys go to the comedy show tonight. I talk about it in the video. I'm going to put the link on our Facebook page to where it is. Missionary Misfits, 8 to 10. Go get some comedy in your life. And we will see you guys Monday morning. Love you.